It is afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello and welcome to episode number 80 of the Bull Market Watch, where we're going to scan 50 different cryptocurrencies and we're going to plot out the average of their bullishness to give ourselves an overall market index of the crypto moon index, we could say. Right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin are all laying on critical levels that could be breakout patterns or they could be bear flags. We can see here that Stellar has already broken down to some important lows, and if prices break below these trend lines in these big three, then it could be lower for the rest of the altcoins from here. But if they break higher, it's going to be very bullish, and so I'm very keen to go through the spreadsheet and update that information today. I do want to say that be sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss an episode of the Bull Market Watch. I do them live every day, but not at the same time every day. So if you want to get notifications of when the next episode is live, hit that subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. Now, the past few days, the crypto market has sort of been in a bearish bias overall. We've had more neutral, more near fail, and more fail markets than we've had trade alerts and hold signals. And you can see here in our spreadsheet that yellow is an alert, green is a hold. Those are both bullish. Blue is an exit the hold position. Orange is an almost a sell. It's like an alert to sell. Red is the actual sell signal. And so orange, red, and blue are bearish. And we can see here that red and orange have been on the uptake the last few different scans that we've done. And the greens and yellows have actually been going down. The number of alerts and buy orders have been going down. Now, before we go ahead, I recommend that you get a free copy of the trading plan and the worksheet that we're going to be using in this video. I give them away for free. So be sure you go and get it. Don't wait 6 months and then check it out and say to yourself, shit, if only I had known this earlier, what a difference it would make. Head over to intro-to-cryptos.ca right now. I don't know if it's in the chat or not. Hey, Professor Wally, hey, thank you very much for that chat. I don't know why it didn't pop up here in the screen. Thank you, I appreciate that. You're a huge supporter, and I love it. And Klaus, good to have you here as well. Klaus is from Germany, and I don't sprachen the Deutsch, not much, just enough to get my face slapped. So anyway, the cryptocurrency markets are lining up for the very chart patterns that I've always searched for the last 20 years, and there's no need for you to regret that you missed out on this. The training is free. Go and grab it. Then you won't be wondering what kind of profits you might have left on the table. At this point in time, in this bear market, some people are saying this is like an opportunity on a golden platter. It may be the opportunity of a lifetime. So if you are as determined as I am to make 2019 your best year yet, then you're going to have to take a little action. But whatever choices you do make, they should feel exciting and there should be a sense of anticipation with it. So I hope that you're feeling that as you head over to intro-to-cryptos.ca, click on register, sign up, get this trading plan and the spreadsheet that goes along with it. Then you'll be following along right with us here. Now, the next step is to go through the data. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on Ardor, and I'll move the spreadsheet over. So what we're doing here is we're looking every day at these same charts, and we're looking at the same pattern, the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, looking for the moving average crossover, and sometimes we're looking at the moving average crossover on the 12-hour bars like right now. But even this is getting too noisy. We're in and out and in and out and in and out. And so we need to move back to a 1-day bar for this particular chart, just so that we can see a little bit cleaner trade signal with that exponential moving average crossover. Here we already have the crossover on the daily as well. So we have 2 of the 3 signals in this market. We have the break of the downtrend line. We have the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation shaping up, but it hasn't broken higher yet. So this market stays as a neutral according to our trading plan. So let me mark it as neutral. Basic attention token. This one was a near fail or a fail. So it failed hard. Here on Poloniex only, it didn't do this big skewer down on Bitfinex, which is weird. It's usually Bitfinex that has the big skewers down. So I'll mark this one as a near fail. So the format of this live stream, for those guys who are just joining now, please feel free to ask me any cryptocurrency you want me to take a look at along the side in the chat, and I'll stop my progression and I'll go and look at your coin on some other exchange or what have you. And then I'll come back and finish this progression. So Banker Network token, fail. So that's a sell. It's like down so low that I just can't justify holding it. I gotta wait and see where it goes down to before it's got to give me a bottom formation so I can do something with it. Now here's a kind of a bit of a bottom formation, so I'm going to give this a neutral. It's not looking like it's going to fail right away. We're looking at what the daily charts. Let me go to the 12-hour bar view. This still looks like a fail, still looks like a sell. And the more things that we have on average that are fails and sells, the more likely that the entire crypto market is still going down. BCN. Not expecting anything in this one. It's still laying along its bottoms. I guess I'll put it as a near fail, but it's just sort of hanging there. Bitcoin itself. For this one, I go over to Bitfinex, change to my favorites, so I can just quickly go to. I have to mark it as a near fail in this chart. It is nearly down to breaking down to these levels. So as it's coming down to pressuring here, that's an alert that it's almost time to sell on the breakout down. So I have to put that as a near fail. At least it's up from complete fail. Then we'll go back to Poloniex and we'll finish off the scan of the Poloniex coins. And the reason I do the Poloniex coins is because there's a limited number of them. And they don't change that fast. So that's good. This market, I'll say, is neutral. Last time I was calling it a sell because it was breaking this and going down. So it could still be a sell. But it's also in between the number 1 and the number 2 and the number 3. And by that definition, it stays as neutral. I'll leave it as neutral. That's the main thing I'm looking for, not the profit taking yet on these. Burst is neutral. It's just sort of hanging along there. It's got to build its bottom. Clam has been a sell signal for a few days. Clam. And I'm going to put it actually as neutral right now. It could be stopping right now and building a formation there. So I'm going to put that as neutral. And in the days to come, if this makes a consolidation pattern and starts turning the other way, that could be a trend continuation pattern. It could be something close enough that if I was to grab the Fibonacci's and run those down, just a quick, you can see it's right at the 50%, just below the 50% level. And that's very standard pullback, really great technical levels. It would be great if it made a formation right there. So I'll leave it as neutral and maybe it'll warm up over the next few days. Love to see it. Civic coin down near bottoms, but at least it's got a green tick on the side there. I'll leave it as a near fail, but maybe it'll be up to neutral tomorrow. Dash is also could be up to neutral tomorrow. I'll leave it as a near fail today on the being on the side of cautious. Decreed, I guess I'll have to leave it marked as the same as it was. I'm going to put it in near fail. It's given that red candle. Got to give me more. Digibyte, also near fail. One of these days, Digibyte will do something. Doge. Good to get. Doge is looking weak, actually, so I'll have to put it as a near fail. EOS, we had a question about this one earlier because it's starting to show strength. It's one of the few markets that is showing good, strong strength from here. And a break above these levels would be a buy signal for us. It could have been a swing trade at any one of these times. And so I'm going to call this the larger 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And I'll make it have to break way above this before we can turn it into a buy signal. So I'll leave it as neutral, not even an alert yet. It has to get up closer to that, give it some more pressure before I can upgrade it to alert. This remains a near fail. It is down near the bottom of the number 3 point of our 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, so it's not going to be showing us bull moves from there. Now here's our flag in Ethereum. And I was zooming in on this and giving it a parallel channel in here on the support and resistance level, just watching to see if it's breaking out of this parallel channel and it's breaking this trend line at the same time. Those are bearish. And I'm looking and I'm watching for those right now with Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin all making that formation. They've all got to break higher from here, or more bear is coming, and it's just going to be, adds another 6 weeks to 2 months. If it breaks down from here, 6 weeks to 2 months more time in this bottom before we finally get things turned around. And we'll talk more about that at the end, but I got to mark this as I guess I can put it as I got to put it as near fail. If I'm watching it that close, it's got to be near fail. So what we do in this video here is we go through this spreadsheet, and we're just, as you can see, we're just putting in color coding, and at the end of that we'll be able to update our chart at the end here, and it'll tell us how many reds, oranges, greens, and yellows we have, and we'll be able to graphically see when the bull market is actually coming along. But these are pretty general. They're not really good for actual trading signals. If you're wanting something more than that, and you're wanting more than just a beginner where you get our free training and you get our free spreadsheet and you start to get a feel for when things are bullish and bearish with our chart here, it's really helpful stuff, and it may be all you need. But if you want more than that, then I do recommend that you go to our website and click on the trading alerts link up along the top, and we have a crypto alerts package that covers all of the 200 markets with much more detail on Poloniex and on Binance. It's $97 a month, and you can get a 20% discount if you come and join our Discord and ask for it. But you can see some of our trades that we've been doing. Here's some of our alerts and what they've turned out to be for profits here. 73%, 69%, 38%, 36%. These are pretty nice profits that are going on right now in our trading alerts. You can read what people are saying about them. Just got back from the dojo, brought out the good scotch, dancing because of the trade he did on on Link. So all sorts of feedback. But it's not just the alerts. You also get training that goes along with it, and a community, so that you're not left completely alone. We teach you some of the most important things, including when to take profits or when to go short, which many people say is the most difficult part of trading. Now let's go back to the charts and finish off our spreadsheet here. We're going to start off with Factum. Could you take a look at Vibe on Binance? Yes, Vibe is one I was looking at. Let's just click on this for easy math. Vibe. There's Vib and Vibe. Both of them are looking really good. One of the more important things to take a look at here now is the 200 period moving average on the 12-hour bar. There are very few markets that are actually above that 200 moving average, the 200 period moving average. This is making a great consolidation formation just below it. A break above it at these times is looking fantastic. Vibe could go further too. You can see that it's just starting some pre-pump patterns, and then it's retraced back politely for anybody else who wants to step onto the train. So we have this sort of a bullish momentum going, and I believe this is going to continue to stage higher. There's no way to know. This could be an organized pump and dump. It could be some social media. It could, who knows what actually causes it. And so the cause is really important. If it's caused by investors just getting super excited about this project and buying tons of it, and then another investor learns about it and buys a ton of it, you know this is going somewhere. I'd have to read up more about the project, but the chart is looking great. And so you could put on a small position of your trade. As it's breaking higher, you add on a bit more and then sit on your hands and wait to see where this goes over the next 8 months to 16, 18 months. These are going to be going up and then pulling back and then going way up and then pulling back. It's going to be something that everybody's predicting and nobody really believes in it. Like when people first said, oh, Bitcoin is going to go to $10,000. They said it out loud, but they didn't actually believe it themselves. I remember predicting it was going to go over $2,500, and I thought I was kind of being extreme. That was back below. It was like $700 at the time. Factum. You can see what we're looking at here in Factum. Where's my... Factum, as we know, went crazy when Bitcoin was going down. It was like one of the only coins where I couldn't believe it. It just kept going up and up and up. And I sold mine way too early as it topped out here, and it just continued to go up. Crazy. And now it's pulled all the way back down to the 68 or 61.8% levels in the Fibonacci's. And it's made a large consolidation pattern that I'm thinking will go higher from here. So what I did is I drew another Fibonacci extension. You can see here with this indicator here. I drew that in there based from the low to the high and then extended out where might it go. So we're just sort of guesstimating out of this consolidation pattern. It'll likely come up and consolidate in these areas. And should it do this pattern, this would be where I'd want to add on. I want it to come up, retest these support and resistance levels, and then charge on. So there's my trading plan now. I'll put on, $10, $20, $50. And as it comes back here, I'll double that and I'll add on. We'll see how that one plays out over time. But the question is, what do I mark this? I'm going to mark it as an alert again. What are we on, 12-hour bars? Even though it's got little red candles here, when it starts to go, you're going to have to be ready for it quick. So that's what the alert is for, is to let you know that something could be coming up so that you can be watching for it. Foam. Whoops, that coin is not there. Foam, we got to zoom in on. I had this as an alert, but I'm going to have to pull it off the alert status and just put it as neutral because I don't know. It's not giving me a consolidation that looks like it's going to jump up from here. Game we had as an alert. It stays an alert, but it's kind of weakening off here at this trend line. I'll leave it as an alert because it's right on the edge there and it's been holding, but if it goes down below that, it loses its alert status. Gas is hanging on as it was a near fail before. I'm going to move it up to a neutral this time. And that makes a difference in our overall chart at the end, how many neutrals and how many. This was a fail and it actually goes all the way up to a neutral. Hunter coin was a near fail and stays there. Not really looking much better. Kyber network token, it's moved up to a neutral, I would say, but that's a hard one. I'm going to put it near fail. It's going to pick up off that. And library credits we had as cold fish. So now it goes to neutral. It gets cold fish 1 day. So it goes from buy to cold fish, and then from there it's neutral because we're not buying, we're not selling. Loom. This one stays neutral. It's in between everything in that nice range now. And when that breaks above the range, there's going to be some hell to pay. Some people are going to rock. This has got lower lows. It's not a trading signal. The best it can be is neutral, but I'll put it as a near fail. Litecoin we've had as a hold the last few days, and sure enough, it broke out of these levels and it's still looking like a hold. We may put our stop loss up close on behind that right now. Made is neutral, sure. And once it starts breaking above these levels a little higher, then I'm going to give it an alert status. But neutral for now. Mana was a fail. It really took a hammering, and sure, it still looks like a fail. Nav coin has actually got a little juice to it the last couple days, and it's looking great. I can only put it as a neutral though, even though it's looking great. So some of these neutrals look great and they're only neutral. Some of them don't look great and they're marked as neutral. Name coin, I've got to put this as a fail again. Name coin, just because it looks like a sell right there. NXT, what's NMR? It is a coin that I'm going to have to add into my spreadsheet. And that messes up all of my squares, so I have to pay attention before I do that. But it's looking like it's going up. Even though Bitcoin's going down underneath it, this is going up. I love that spread. See that in a few different coins, but not in NXT. NXT is still a near fail. OMG is up to neutral. Good to see you there, OMG. You are up to neutral now. Omnicoin, we're going to blast through these, is hanging out at neutral as well. It needs to build up before it's going to be a buy signal. Pascal, neutral, up from near fail. So we got a few of these picking up from near fail to neutral. That's a good step. PPC, also up from near fail to neutral. Got to roll my thumb at the right place here. Neutral. Quantum, that was a fail. It still looks like a fail. It could be, tomorrow it should be a neutral. Rep is still in the buy because we got into it early. Our stop loss is above our entry, and this one would be a hold. And it's the kind of style that I'm looking to trade, is not so much the short-term trade, but trying to get into positions for the longer term. This market, I'm going to call it as a near fail on that top right there. Sia coin has been a fail the last few days and stays a fail. And I was expecting it to be picking up when I looked at that chart, but no. SNT, neutral. Yeah, it's neutral. There's no trading signal according to the simple trading plan in this. It's waiting for a specific kind of market system, and this is looking a little bit better, but I'm going to give it neutral. Should it break above these levels, I will treat that as another entry area. And so if it's consolidating and coming up to press against that, I'll make that an alert. If it breaks above that, I'll take that as a buy signal and pretty much ignore this lump here and take it from these levels. We'll see how that goes. Storage is in the news. We see some other people having alerts now finally going out, and we've been watching this one for a while. So that one turns into, I'm going to mark it in as a hold because it's actually hit our alert areas. STR has been a sell for quite a while. It's still hanging as a sell, even though it's right down to those Fibonacci levels. We're expecting that this should stall out here and turn around, or it could take down Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and everything go down with this leading. Strat still looks like a near fail. I am looking at the 12-hour charts. Syscoin, check this out. Syscoin is actually poking its head above that 200 period moving average. It has been an alert for several days and remains an alert right now. It's still not quite a buy. I'm going to make it poke its head up a little higher than that, but I like that chart, and especially that it's poking above the 200 period moving average. Viacoin, sure, I'll put it as an alert again. VTC is not an alert. I'll give it neutral. It's not down to near fail levels. Counterparty went down to fails and still there. XEM, this one just really got hammered. Wow. XMR, and I do have some of that off the exchange, so bag holder city. XMR is looking like a near fail. XPM. Oh, there's a fail. And that's a new one. I don't like new fails. It's something that's coming down, 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 and then spiking like that. I don't like them anywhere, because anywhere that they're coming, they could be more everywhere. And this looks bearish too. I'm going to have to put this as a near fail, as an alert to go short on this. Zcash. Fail. Lots of red here at the end here now. And XZRX, also another strong fail. Wow. All right. Now, last time when I did this, I messed this up. Let's do it right. Now, we're going to watch this chart update when I copy and paste the formulas into place. Copy, paste the formulas. Ta-da. Okay, so the neutrals did come up a little bit. Yellows went down a little bit. And not much change enough in our chart overall to give us an indication of it crashing or taking off, but floating along more sideways. Some went up, some went down. And that is the report. We'll just keep doing it over and over and over and over again in this quick manner to go through all the markets and get an idea, an overview of any of them. Now I can go through any of the markets you want. Dest, hey, good to have you here. Theta on Binance. Theta actually is looking really great. I went through all the Binance coins this morning. Yeah, look at that. This is what we're looking for in all of the markets, to have this kind of formation. And at the same time, if we're going to get into detail on this, then I want to look at the on-balance volume and the RSI. And I don't know the future at all, of course. But is this like a double top and we have divergences here? So this is showing that that's the strongest it's going to be for a while and it's going to fade off? Or is this going to be the breakout and away it goes? There is no way to know, of course, until afterwards and we see the charts and we go, wow, it was a breakout. And look how it never came back, and we just don't know if it's going to do a big pump like this and pull all the way back down. So anywhere you get in here is bad because the price comes back down. And so whenever you're doing this stuff, start off small, put your stop loss right above your entry as soon as you can, and then you can put your hands under your seat and wait for a while to see if there's going to be a time for this to come up and pull back, and then you could add on to that trade. And now you've got your whole position. You've been proven correct. But we're so early in the change of the bull trend that I'm still expecting that we're going to see some prices come up and look great and then pull back down and go sideways for longer. So I like the chart, and this is the kind of chart that I would take a pitch at, and I would put $10 in, I'd put $100 in, and if it proves me right, I'll add on more. But if it doesn't prove me right, then I'm going to get out right away and I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait again till another time that it's making a great looking build-up formation, and then I'll try. I like it. Is there any other markets? Did I check out Strat? Go to Poloniex. Strat's a near fail. It's not building up yet to say up from here. And if we're looking at the on-balance volume, I do want to see strength coming in. Let me draw strength coming in, and then I want to see it for the newest wave coming up. At the same time, I also want to see the divergence in the relative strength index. I see a lot of other people digging right into the relative strength index, and it's only a few times that it actually sets up into a pattern that I can trade with. And here's one where we have the big amount of volume here, less amount of volume on the second high, much less volume, much lower RSI. And this is the kind of divergence where I can say, well, it's time to get out here right on this trend line. As soon as it's making that top formation and I'm seeing all these things, I know. But right now it's not giving me all of that. It's many of the charts are ambiguous and not being clear right now, which is part of the difficulty. Is when you get into all of these four markets and you're waiting for them to all agree. It's taking a bit of time right now. BTT on Binance. BTT, it's not going to be, it can't do any technical analysis on BTT. This is a luck. Is it even here? Oh, that's because it's started. BTT. So you can't do any technical analysis on this. Maybe in the 1 day view if I'm looking at the 5-minute bars, but even here you can't do any. This is just luck. You bought in and it's going up. Good. And it's a good idea to have bought in when it's at 12 Satoshi, even though they've got 900 million, trillion, billion coins or whatever it is. It's certainly good. And so this one, like all ICOs, I'm waiting for it to get on and going. It's a little different with BTT because this is what BitTorrent, so they've been around for a long time. And they built something that goes with a working business model already. And so this could become worth quite a bit more, but I have no idea. No idea from this. It's not the kind of chart I do. So XSN, that's not even like something I've never even said that before. XSN, that's like hard to say. Well, maybe it was just loading. No. This chart, I can't really tell much with it on the 5-minute bar. Zoom out. It's not my favorite chart right away because the first thing I'm looking for is like I almost like don't want to. I feel like I don't want to see my reflection in the water. This is what it feels like to me. Is that I'm seeing the reflection of the opposite shore in the water, and so I don't want to see. I want to see lots of the green on balance volume, big waves of this, and then little bits of red, big waves of green, little bits of red. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not, if it's going to take off. And then I'm seeing equivalent lows. It's not giving me higher and higher lows, so it's not really giving me the building feeling. Like there's a crowd of people who have been secretly buying it and then stopping and then secretly buying it. It doesn't seem to, it's not winning me over, this chart. It could be good, but it's not one of my favorites. Sorry, excellent. That's yeah, it's there. Hello from Dubai. Wow. 10 million subscribers. Are you like Dubai yourselves? Anyway. Smash up those likes, people. Yes, indeed. If this kind of style is helpful to you, smash the like button. I appreciate it. For sure. I definitely appreciate having you guys here, and hopefully you appreciate having these streams going as well. Some noise in the background going on. I've been watching a few different Bitcoin trading streams the last while, just saying like, what are they doing that they are kicking my ass in having 500 people subscribing? I'm watching what they're doing, and I like what I'm doing in the studies that I'm doing. Hey, follow me. Good to have you here. And I like doing this stuff for my own studies because this is where a lot of my trading is based on. Just scanning the markets, scanning the markets, scanning the markets, being there for that time when this specific formation shapes up. And that's the time to put the pedal to the metal. Those are the times you don't want to miss out on. Those are the things you want to be prepared for. You want to have this trading plan in advance so that when that situation comes up, you're ready for it. And it's something that you have to do by mentally picturing these formations over and over again. And then when you recognize them, you know exactly what to do. It's easy. It's reflexive. It's like landing a plane. If you don't have the training, landing a plane is like life or death. If you're trained at it, then it's just another day at the office. So it's many of the same things with trading is that you get a specific plan. You get so clear on that plan that you know exactly what to do as soon as the market does anything. You've already decided that at the beginning of your trade, this is how I'm going to act. As soon as I put the trade on, this is how I'm going to act. As soon as the trade is profitable, this is how I'm going to act. If the trade isn't profitable in this amount of time, this is what I'm going to do. So you have all of this all laid out, just like a like dominoes. If it falls this way, this is what happens. If it falls that way, and you just go through the practice over and over again. Many of the trades will be wrong and they'll start out and be small losses, but some of them you'll hold and you'll grow them and they will be fantastic. They will just be life-changing with the cryptocurrencies. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm putting the work in for. That's what I'm doing the live streams for. That's what I'm doing all the data for. And if it helps you, that's awesome. I think it makes my purpose in the world a little bit more important if I can help other people change their lives in a transformational way by the way you're changing the way you're making money work for you. Even if you're just starting off with $5 and turning that into 25, that is huge to me. I just love it. What you're doing is helping way more than most other channels, and it's further in depth. Most other channels are charging for the information you are giving for free on these videos. This is the tip of the iceberg, but I think it's all you actually need. If you were starting out like I was and you have no money, I started out with nothing. I made some free Bitcoin tips and I started trading with those and I started building that up from there. And if you're starting out with nothing, then I want to help you because you are where I was years ago. And I know you can do it. I believe in the small trader. I believe that you can start out with $5 and you can use these things that I'm teaching, the 1, 2, 3 bottom formation, that moving average crossover, the simple downtrend break, and then it does get more advanced. And if you really want to go faster, then you need more information about the risk control rules and different position sizes. And then there's more services where you can fill out and do more by subscribing to the alert service. And we have the educational services there as well. If you want to take the full course, I'll be running that course again shortly. So I'll let you guys know when that comes up. Well, I'm just finishing the last run of the course, doing some editing of the live training that we did. And I want to get that prepared and go through it with everybody who took the course last time. And then I'll be ready to start off the course one more time. Always fun to do. Been doing it since 2015, but just intermittently. So only when the market is perfect for it do I give my course. And that's why I'm doing it now. The markets are lined up perfectly for it. If Litecoin takes off from these areas, it's crazy. We go to the 1-day view and look at what Litecoin has been building here in this bottom formation. This is huge. This is massive. That has an enormous amount of momentum to change directions that big and that slow. When it does go up, it's going to go as high as it is wide. So we're definitely going back up to where we were before, which means that Litecoin prices will double in price over the next short while. And I'm of the mind that Litecoin prices will go 10 times in value over the next 12 to 18 months. People say, oh, you're crazy. That'll never happen. It happened in Bitcoin. It went from $250 to $2,500, from $2,500 to $20,000. Litecoin's going to do it. Ripple too. And right now we're just at this important phase, this key phase. Should we break up from here? It is fantastic because it's all of these 1, 2, 3 bottom formations shaping up in stages. And I've talked about that in another video. I'll link below the description for that. But anyway, that's it. I don't want to make these on and on and on. I want to stay on topic and be specific about finishing this study on the cryptocurrencies so that we have this chart. We know exactly how bullish and bearish it is. And then we know where to put the gas to the floor. Good to have you here, Fallon. Thanks again for being here, Lemar. And superheart.org's foundation, you're new. Follow me. I've seen you here a few times, and it's great to have you along again. Who else we got? Khan, also a nice regular. Good to have you here. Klaus, hello. Fantastic. Investment vlogs. Awesome. And Professor Wally, thank you very much for the chat at the beginning. I still have to go and find. You are healed. Your hit points did go up. So that did work. I must have been on a page that did not have the alert notification included on that page. Here's our stream boss. Love the sound effects. New subscriber! Superheart Foundation, thank you for subscribing. Good to have you along. And if you haven't already, go over to intro-to-cryptos.ca, register, and get that free training. I don't want you to come back in 6 months and say, I wish I would have taken this 6 months ago. It's free. Go and get it. I really want your success stories in 6 months. I want you to tell me that you took that $5 and you turned it into 25. That's a huge success story. That should change the way you think and feel about money when you can do something like that. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I'll sign off. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that, what do you call the alert button so that you know when I do the next live stream. I do them every day, but not at the same time every day. So you got to subscribe and get the alerts. Ciao for now. All the best in your cryptocurrency trading.